Let's talk about the Black Series today. Jersey Maniac. The Black Series should be Hasbro's crown jewel. The first 6-inch Star Wars action figure line. And it's not. Instead, it's shit. They've got bad people making it. There's bad people running LucasArts. And that results, gotta throw in Hasbro's just insane greed. And that results in us getting shit. It results in us getting the same figures over and over and over. And even sometimes when it's a new figure, it's the same characters. In my last video, I said that 3.75, and I call it dead scale. And it is, it's a dead scale. The only viable retail collector line at 3.75 is Vintage Collection. And that's it. Everything else has failed miserably. And there's reason why. 6-inch sells significantly better. The Fresh Monkey guy, whatever he's making with his Action Force or whatever it is. I'm not overly familiar with it, but I was looking at their page not that long ago, or a friend told me about it, one or the other. And someone had asked him, why aren't these particular figures coming in 3 3/4, and what's the sales difference between the scales? And the Fresh Monkey guy said 112 sells double 118. You want more proof than that? Go on Amazon right now and search Pre-Vizsla. The Black Series figure sold 2,000. The Vintage Collection figure sold 1,000. Double. Collectors buy 6-inch. That's just the way it is. Six-inch. Come on. If you do like the Vintage Collection, though, you have to follow the Blue Harvest Collector on Instagram, because he is your biggest champion. He's the only one who's, I'd say, I think it goes Blue Harvest, then Chaz the Guru, as far as your real champions fighting for this line. Blue Harvest Collector is a passionate, big feelings dude, and he loves his dead scale. And I mean, it's wild. We're having I don't know if I would call it an argument, but it was a good back and forth. And he told me, dead ass, he said, they decided in the 70s that 3 3/4 was the ideal scale for action figures to be in. And the obvious response to that is, would you like a list of things that people thought in the 70s that don't mean fuck all right now? But whatever. He's fighting real hard. Like every time there's reveals, he's on there, because they always show more Black Series, or at least like 9 times out of 10 on like a live stream or an event, they show more Black Series. And he's on everyone's page. Even the scales show more vintage. So he's fighting real hard. And again, he's passionate, so good for him. Nothing but respect for that guy. But 112 sells double 118. That's just the way it is. So, why are all the Black Series figures on fucking clearance? 9 out of 10 Black Series figures goes on fucking clearance. What? You know how easy it is to sell 6-inch Star Wars figures to 40-year-old nerds? Or you know how easy it should be? But no. Instead, they suck. This year, they have released 51 figures. It's August. 51 figures. 11 so far have been straight re-releases. Those are the ones you see everywhere because everyone already has them. There are 11 figures that are either a repaint, like the carbonized Amazon 2-pack for $500 or whatever the hell they charge for that fucking thing, or figures with like one new part, like Chewie's head with the chain. 11 more of those. That only leaves 29. Of those 29, only 15 are new characters. So, for those actually wanting a complete Star Wars collection, you get 15. That's fucking pathetic. That's not how you run a line. That's why the line is on clearance all the time. Because they re-release everything and they don't make what people want. For example, there seem to be a lot of people online that claim to like Andor. I watched it and got the best sleep I have ever had. The fact that anyone could watch that and think, wow, that was great. It wasn't even Star Wars. It was just guys running around. Like, that's all. It should have been called Guys. There was no aliens. There was no, like, the fucking, when Luthen is escaping the Empire, that fucking 10 minutes, that was the only Star Wars in the whole Star Wars show. The rest of it was just fucking flaccid bullshit. A fucking love story of Imperials? This is what you think is good Star Wars? Oh my god. So anyway, if you thought that show was shit like I did, you get even less than 15. I'm not buying those figures. And there was like three more Andors. Is that what it was? 1, 2, 3. Well, maybe if you count the exclusive. Exclusive might have been last year. So at least 2 more fucking Andor figures. Because, you know, we don't already have Andor figures. No. Need more. So this year has sucked. Bottom line. No new figures. Now, Nerdzoic and the Toy Snowman have broken the news that we're going to get even more old figures for this year. And they are out there touting that it's a good thing. They're like, this is fantastic. This is a great job by Hasbro. And for their part in all of this, they have to sell figures. So I don't blame them. They're not bad guys. I get it. They've got stores. They've got to sell shit. Don't blame them at all. But the reality of the situation is that this is not a good thing. That's not a good thing at all. Do you realize how little value the Black Series has? And listen, there are a lot of people out there now that don't want to pay anything for their fucking collection. They're missing the point, or they're missing the fact that it's a collectible. And collectibles have value. Every once in a while, you run into a fucking jackass in the Facebook groups like, oh, you care about the value of your toys. Fuck you. You're literally in an adult collecting group, you stupid ass. You get people who are like, oh, if you care about making money and play the stock market. Fuck you, too. Because I don't play the stock market. I buy fucking action figures, and I'm sorry, I care how much they're worth. I might want to sell them one day. You might want to sell them one day. So therefore, it is fucking really stupid for people to be out there saying, oh, I don't care how much my collection's worth. They should re-release everything so everyone has a chance. You know how many fucking figures I bought off eBay in my life? I have no idea because the count is so astronomically high. There's certain shit that I've skipped and then decided later that I want. There's shit that I couldn't find back in the day. Now that's not a problem, but back in the day, there was shit I, just never came to my stores. So you look at the eBay price, you decide, well, is it worth it to me or not? If it's not, then don't buy it. If it is, then buy it. It's as easy as that. That's how you fucking collect. That's a collectible. You want more proof? Somebody send me a fucking mint condition 1984 Snake Eyes. I'll give you $2.99 for it. I'll wait. But no, people look now on eBay and they see something is $30 and they're like, oh my God, you scalper. For fucking Christ's sake. They'll look at a figure that's 10 years old and it's $60 and, oh, what an asshole scalper. Look at this asshole. Like, no, dude, you're the asshole for even thinking that he's not doing or that he's doing anything wrong. You're literally out of your fucking mind. It is one thing to sell current figures for ridiculous prices. It's completely different to sell old figures for going rate. Now, let's talk about what happens when Hasbro re-releases these figures with value. Dengar. Dengar was between 80 and 100 on eBay, give or take. Okay? The second he went up in price, I sold mine. Sold it instantly. Then they put it in archive. Now go have a look at how much it's worth. It's now selling on Amazon for one. I think the archive is selling for 13, and the older one, which is the same figure, is selling for 15. Because this is what happens. They go on clearance. Because so many people, because here's the thing I always say about collecting these lines and the whole ridiculous idea that there's new fucking collectors in any sort of number that matters. Who do you think there's more of? People who have been collecting for the last 30 years or people who have been started 2 years ago? It's not even close. So the fact that they mass produce these re-releases that the vast majority of the people collecting the line already have is stupid. I get that it's great for those 12 people that started collecting the line 2 years ago. I get it, believe me. But those people would rather the figure come out again so that they could pay $25 and that basically the line can tank. That stores can send ridiculous amounts of fucking quantities to Ollie's. Amazon's chock full. They probably have a full fucking warehouse just designated to Star Wars Black at this point. They don't care about that. They're just, oh, I just want to pay the 25. You don't think. You really don't. What good is your collection if they're not making anymore? Kind of worthless. The line has no value. So the big news is they're going to re-release more. Because of course they are. 18 fucking figures. Some of them are actually worth or going for a decent amount of money, like the Amazon exclusive Palpatine. I happily skipped that when it was out because I already have Palpatine and I don't really need his fucking chair. Because why would you just want his chair for your shelf? Do you have the Death Star room in 6-inch scale? No? No, me neither. Go figure. So what the fuck you need his chair for? Darth Maul, again. Archive Darth Maul. Right. Not enough that that exact figure already came out twice. Gotta put him out again. Okay. That's cool. Anakin, too. Anakin was going for like $80 or something on eBay. Worthless now. Now your collection has no fucking value. Nihilus and Fox, again, what, $60? You can't pay $60 if you want it? If you want it that bad? The worst ones Walmart exclusive Ahsoka, the Loyalist, and the whatever they called the fucking thing with the mole horns, the Commando or something, whatever. Those are going for a whopping $32, give or take. A whole $7 above retail. Big wallet breaker there. Jeez, you should wait for the re-release. Like, are you fucking kidding me? This is why the line sucks. Do you not get it? Apparently, most people don't. Also, re releasing the old Afra. So, they just made a huge upgrade of an Afra. But yeah, people are going to buy the downgrade. Sure, they are. I mean, it's just, it's just unfucking believable. Like, nothing pisses me off more than this line. Like, I feel like I could rant and rave about it just for 5 hours straight because it's that bad. Every single part of me wants to buy Star Wars fucking 6-inch figures. Every single part. I wish I had 9,000 of them. Instead, I have a fucking pathetic amount in 10 years because because the same shit keeps coming over and over. 31 Lukes. I forget how many Obi-Wans, 29, 30. He's now above Han. So one has 29, the other has 28 or something like that. Like, are you fucking serious? What are you doing with 31 Luke Skywalker figures? I have one on the shelf. One! It's so fucking stupid. Oh my god. There isn't a team at Hasbro worse than the Black Series team. They say things like, dude, like Chris said with a straight face, we know you care about the packaging. He was talking about the plastic-free packaging that literally 1000% across the board every collector hates. They are re-releasing the Chewbacca and the Wicket that are out right now on the stupid-ass retro cards in the fucking plastic-free packaging. How? How does an intelligent person think that that many Wickets and Chewbaccas could possibly sell? There is a 0% chance of them selling. There was a 0% chance of them not going on clearance the first release. The second release, we are going to be seeing them. If that fucking wave actually hits retail, we are going to be seeing those forever. Single pack, double packed, doesn't matter. This is a Lando situation spread to 2 figures. Who is gonna buy them? The people who started collecting mid 2023? Why? The Wicked and Chewbacca will be on sale. Or it comes in the plastic-free packaging. No one is collecting the plastic-free packaging. No one. Jing actually said the first time in the line, an egg for the shit-covered Mando release. She was bragging that they made an egg. No, and it just keeps getting worse. Like 18 more re-releases in a year where we have not gotten shit already. Because re-releases and repaints would be fine if they cut them. I mean, unfortunately, there's so many that they'd have to cut 3/4 of them. If they released a quarter of them out and did the rest new figures and new tooling, no one would care. Like, everyone would be happy. I might say one thing about it, like, here's a fucking waste of a release, but I wouldn't have to go on and on about it like I do about Black Series on a regular goddamn basis. No, and it's still really, really amazing to me that collectors would rather do things to tank the line than just pay for what they want on eBay. I understand, like, we're not all made of money. And worse, but even better than that, sell some shit to get what you want. Like, you can't come up with two figures to sell worth 50 apiece to easily then pay for that fucking Palpatine if you wanted it? Really? Really? No. Instead, I want everything re-released, tank the line. They really seriously want every figure ever made from the line to be on shelves at retail price at all time. That's not how collecting works. But somehow, this is what people have turned it into. Definitely Black Series. Terrible. I really hope that none of you come into a situation where you need money fast and have to sell your Black Series because you're not going to get shit. It's really sad. They really do need a whole new team running it. They do. More than that, though, they have to pick. So I've often wondered about the budget for Star Wars. And I had no proof to back up what I figured was the case, was that both Vintage Collection and Black Series suck because there's only one budget to pay for both. Nothing to back it up. But then Lenny said from the G.I. Joe team, when someone asked him about stupid ass fucking O-rings, he said, I don't want to take away from classified to make some more of something like that. So unfortunately, one can now deduce that those two Star Wars lines are working out of one budget. And that's why neither of them are very good. Vintage Collection has had some decent releases recently. I hate that scale, and even I'm going to get the Throne Room and the Jabba and some of the more Jabba characters that they're releasing, some of those aliens, and I'll have a nice little dead scale set up somewhere on a table out there. That's because that's cool, you know? It's not, they did a nice job. Most of them are re-releases, of course, but they did a nice job getting all those characters out, and now I wish I bought the fucking sail barge. Didn't even think of it at the time because it's dead scale and I don't collect it, but since they made everything, now I wish I had it. But they should just pick one. Just pick a scale and make it amazing. Not this bullshit of 51 figures and fucking 22 of them are new figures, like, and just constant re-releases and repaints. It's not worth it. All the fucking Christmas figures. Oh my god. Like this, the end of the year count between new figures and repaints this year is going to be astronomically insane. For a line that sells double Vintage Collection. Oh my god. And people think repaints pay for new figures. Uh-huh. Like the total line, it's like Black Series is always, like, since it started, is now like 70% re-released or repainted figures. It's so bad, only getting worse. I could go on literally for fucking 5 more hours, but I guess I won't. So the line sucks. These re-releases are fucking bullshit, and just, it's amazing that a 10-year-old line has as little value, and it's amazing that $1 billion toy company can't successfully sell 112 action figures to 40-year-old nerds. That's the bottom line. They'd rather them go on clearance. They'd rather them be at Ollie's. They don't care. At this point, just get rid of the fucking license, Hasbro. You're wasting it. Smash that like and subscribe button. Or don't.